Street kids, nomads, and corpos, the time has finally come for us to cruise Night City, dispense cybernetic ultraviolence, and contemplate all the games without which Cyberpunk 2077 could not exist.
Down for some target practice in VR?
Sure. Why the hell not?
Cyberpunk 2077 has arrived, and we can't stop playing it. That got us thinking about the games that have come before that have provided inspiration for futuristic open-world games like this. Cyberpunk's DNA is a complex mix of influences, and it shows. Whether you're hacking into a criminal's brain, arguing with your employers, or shooting up an enemy hideout with futuristic guns. Before we admire classics of old, make sure you've leveled up your subdermal content implants by subbing to the Logitech G channel. Freedom. We have dozens of open worlds to choose from on PC, but none have better cities than Grand Theft Auto. These realistic urban environments are full of NPCs that react to your wild antics.
Screw you,
Each game is a bustling sandbox that offers you complete choice. Whether you want to stick to the lore and play nicely, or blow up everything in sight just to watch the world burn. GTA isn't the only series with big cities. Though few games can match the level of detail Rockstar bring to every apartment block. Cyberpunk's Night City goes just as far as GTA. You get to explore futuristic shopping districts and densely packed streets, with each district saturated with its own unique culture or gang affiliation.
Looks like it's my lucky day.
The first-person perspective puts you right into the crowds of citizens that populate every block. GTA and Cyberpunk have another thing in common: crime. The Grand Theft Auto series captured the thrill of outrunning the law in dangerous car chases, and Cyberpunk is no different.
Look at him. No model citizen maybe, but he's a good kid.
Let them through, but they're the last.
Night City is a dystopian future where gangsters and corporations wrestle for power, sometimes with the aid of blades for arms. This immediately reminds us of Deus Ex. As Paul Denton and later Adam Jensen, you have to sneak, shoot, and talk your way through a dark world of conspiracies. It's not just Deus Ex's setting that feels familiar. The series pioneered the idea that you can take different approaches to each mission.
I'm not about to take any chances. Lethal it is.
You can storm an enemy base with machine guns if you like, but if you want to take a more subtle approach, you can sneak around with a stun baton and hack robots and turrets to fight for you. There are multiple ways through each level. You might be able to bribe your way past the entrance guards, but if you can find a sneaky vent nearby, you can slip past undetected. The choice is yours.
This security setup is strictly amateur stuff.
We can see similar choice in Cyberpunk's wide variety of guns and gadgets. If you're feeling particularly mean, you can even hack into people's brains to really ruin their day.
What do I owe the pleasure today?
Last gig. Had to jack into a client's neuro socket. Think I might have gotten spiked.
We'll sort you out in a flash.
Speaking of hacking, we can't ignore the influence of Uplink. Introversion's moody puzzle game is still one of the most exciting hacking games ever made. As you crack into servers, you have to bounce your signal around the world to slow down security services. Successful hacks are a tense race against time, and the fantastic atmosphere really makes you feel like an elite coder playing a dangerous game of cat and mouse. Cyberpunk's hacking systems are simpler than this, but they still play with a similar sense of tension, and a successful hack tends to result in a much more violent outcome. It's hard to play any hacking system without thinking about Introversion's 2001 masterpiece. Fancy a chat? BioWare RPGs are a brilliant mix of conversations and combat. The Mass Effect series especially presents multiple choice conversation options with a cinematic sense of style.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. If they don't stop him, I will.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres.
You still get the same sense of choice and consequence as early BioWare games, but with great presentation that puts you even closer to every character. Cyberpunk shows a similar sense of flair in its tense, face-to-face discussions with rival gangsters.
Careful, Padre. Never know who's got a barrel at your six. You neither, bucket.
In Mass Effect, you could interrupt conversations with a punch. And in both Mass Effect and Cyberpunk, a nice friendly chat can suddenly turn serious when someone pulls a gun. Conversations take on an extra edge when they can turn into a fight at any moment. And besides, everyone loves a good Mexican standoff.
Got him?
We'll pay for the bot. Be on our way.
Eve's vision of the future is a lot cleaner than Cyberpunk. It's a gorgeous, sleek universe full of brimming nebulas and beautiful spaceships. It's almost the complete opposite of Cyberpunk's gritty, chaotic city. So what's it doing on this list? It's easy to miss, but Eve quietly has one of the best character creators ever, well, created. This is ironic given that you hardly ever see your character. But the system lets you craft the perfect headshot, the nice kind, that helps you express your personality to other pilots. You can poke and stretch your character's features organically, then dress them up appropriately and even change lighting conditions so you know how your pilot will look in any situation. Gaming's deepest character creators are surely inspired by the sculpting tools Eve provides. And Cyberpunk is no different. In fact, it goes even further toward letting you do nasty things to your face. There's a fantastic array of scars, bionics, and haircuts that let you become the punk you want to be. The first-person perspective means you don't see much of yourself, but it's always nice to stop and admire yourself in the mirror. It might seem odd to have a strategy game on the list, but when it comes to outwitting guards, you can't get better than Commandos.
Alarm! Alarm!
Way back in 1998, this game gave us infuriatingly difficult scenarios to master. Trapped behind enemy lines, all you have are your wits and a variety of cool commando gadgets. Guns are a last resort, so you need to rely on a mixture of stealth and deception to infiltrate your target. This style of tactical puzzle solving has appeared in hundreds of games since in various forms. You see it in the brilliant Invisible Ink, the aforementioned Deus Ex, and now in Cyberpunk.
Mira, eyes up. Pendejos ahead. Quietly.
If you're sneaking past defenses in innovative ways, you're enjoying a type of gameplay that's been around for more than 20 years. And we think that's largely thanks to Commandos.
Yeah, that's easy. Yep.
So those, in our opinion, are the most notable ancestors of 2020's most hyped release. Let us know in the comments if you think we've missed any, and if not, then don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos about Cyberpunk and the other games we managed to play in between hours, days, weeks, and years of neon-lit fun.